This is not a concept car. It's a warning shot from a decade ahead of schedule. Because Cadillac won't say it out loud, but this thing shouldn't exist yet. Every few decades, a car company builds something that snaps the timeline in half into a shape that looks like it escaped a design, lab a decade early and simply parked here, uninvited. That's what's happening right now, in this dark studio with this particular Cadillac. Nothing about this proportion should exist in a showroom yet. Look closely, because the year on the badge and the year this design actually belongs to do not match. Start at the front. There's no grille here. Not a fake one, not a blanked off one, none at all. In its place, a single unbroken sheet of illuminated paneling that pulses the moment it senses you walking toward it. That reaction isn't decoration. It's the car acknowledging you exist in real time before you've said a word. Now look at the headlights. Barely there. A single laser-thin strip, no housing, no bezel. Like someone took a scalpel to the nose of the car and carved a line of light, straight into the metal. The silhouette is where this gets unfair. Look at that roofline. It doesn't taper. It flows. One continuous line from the windshield to the rear spoiler, as if the entire car had been carved from a single piece of obsidian. There isn't a single visible door seam. The doors sit flush with the tolerance so tight it looks retouched, except nothing here has been touched up. It's sitting exactly like this, right in front of the camera, unedited. Panel gaps here are measured in fractions of a millimeter, tighter than what most production cars manage even after years of tooling refinement. Even the crest up front got rebuilt for this. It's cut from a single block of billet aluminum, backlit from underneath. So it doesn't just sit on the hood, it glows like it's alive. Pop the front trunk, and there's no plastic liner, no exposed hinges, just more of that same forged carbon. Finished to a mirror shine, most browns reserved for the parts you're supposed to see. Under changing light, the paint itself shifts, sliding from deep graphite to a faint blue-violet depending on where you're standing. A finished Cadillac says took 11 layers to get right. Then there are the wheels. Fully enclosed aero discs, patterned like the blades of a jet turbine. Cadillac says the shape cuts drag by double digits. I say they look like they were never meant to touch pavement in the first place. Now walk with me around to the back. This is where the concept stops being pretty and starts being aggressive. One light bar, edge to edge, no brakes, no segments. A single ribbon of red that looks like it's slicing the rear end clean in half. Tap the brake, even in park, and the light bar doesn't just switch on, it ripples across the width of the car in one clean wave. Like the whole rear end is exhaling red light. A diffuser cut this sharp usually means one thing: this isn't just a design. Actually needs to go. Cadillac is telling you quietly that there's real aerodynamic intent hiding under all that drama. Even the exhaustless rear end doesn't feel empty. Cadillac filled the space with active aero flaps that shift open and close depending on speed. Not a shell, a blueprint. And when the light catches the badge just right, it stops looking like a luxury sedan and starts looking like something parked outside a spaceport. Cadillac didn't invent this language overnight. Trace it back, and you can see fragments of it already leaking into the Celestic and the Escalade. IQ, the vertical light signatures, the crisp horizontal creases, the obsession with a single unbroken surface. What's different here is restraint. Nothing on this car is fighting for attention. Every line has exactly one job, and it does that job without a single wasted surface. That's rare in a concept car built to get attention in the first place. It's the kind of confidence you only get after a decade of smaller, safer designs finally paid off enough to take a real swing. Watch this next part carefully. The first time these doors move, something in your brain quietly resets. They don't swing out, they rise. Straight up, silent and deliberate, like the car is opening itself up to show you something it's genuinely proud of. And honestly, it should be. Step inside and the exterior almost becomes an afterthought, one continuous pane of curved glass spans. The entire dashboard, not 3 screens stitched together, but a single uninterrupted surface, running from the driver's door to the passenger side. Bring a hand close and notice what happens before you even make contact. The interface reads your hand position and reshapes the layout in real time. That's not infotainment. And that's a car trying to think one step ahead of the person sitting in it. Look up and the windshield itself becomes a display, projecting speed, navigation, and hazard alerts directly onto the glass, layered right into your normal line of sight, instead of sitting below it on a separate screen. Every seat is carved, not upholstered, like it was grown into that shape instead of sewn onto a frame. And the stitching along the edge traces the exact contour of your spine. No traditional wheel here. In its place, a thin aircraft-inspired yoke built for a car that Cadillac insists will still let you drive it, even as the whole platform edges closer to doing it for you. Somewhere in the cabin, a subtle sense system shifts the air itself, something Cadillac engineers describe as quietly adjusting your mood before you've noticed anything happened at all. Slide into the back, and the second row gets its own strip of that same glass dashboard. Mirroring controls so passengers aren't just riding along, they're piloting half the experience themselves. Road noise barely registers in here either. Active cancellation working through the door panels themselves. Tuned specifically for the frequency of tire noise on rough asphalt. I want to sit in this seat for an hour and do absolutely nothing else. Run a hand across the trim, and the carbon fiber underneath isn't painted on. It's forged, pressed under heat until the weave locks into place, instead of just sitting on the surface. Cadillac calls it structural carbon, meaning it's holding weight, not just looking expensive. Even the leather alternative in here isn't leather at all. It's grown from mycelium. A mushroom-based material Cadillac says feels identical to hide but costs the planet almost nothing to produce. Close the door and listen. There's no tinny click, no hollow rattle, just one solid muted thud. The kind of sound that usually costs 6 figures to engineer correctly. Because there's no engine to generate a real exhaust note, the sound in the cabin is fully synthesized, composed, not recorded, and tuned to rise and fall with exactly how hard you're pushing the accelerator. Press the ignition and for a second nothing happens at all.